I've got a budget-friendly meal idea for you today that's made in the deluxe multi-cooker. This is so quick and easy, very few ingredients, and if your family loves pasta, this is going to be right up your alley. I'm using gluten-free pasta today, but you can use whatever kind you like. I've put my deluxe multi-cooker on the sear setting. We are just going to start cooking the chicken just a little bit. I'm using some avocado oil today. You can use olive oil if you prefer. What I love about this particular recipe, this is so easy. This is something that you can pull together really fast on a weeknight, and it's got simple ingredients, so it's budget friendly too. I have 1.5 pounds of chicken tenders here. I've already pulled the tenderloin tender out. I cut it into bite-sized chunks and tossed it with some of our Italian seasoning. Just let this cook for a couple minutes on each side until it starts to brown slightly to give you that fond on the bottom of your multi-cooker. The second half of the chicken is browned enough that I can go ahead and pull it out. I don't want to cook it through entirely because then it'll be overdone by the time it cooks with the pasta. So just brown it a little bit. And I'm going to show you the bottom of my pan. The inner pot, this is not too hot on the edges, has all this brown fond on it. That's going to provide an extra layer of flavor. Just like cooking on your stainless cookware, the way that that fond comes up is with something acidic. Wine will do it, or in this case, our pasta sauce. So I'm going to use the jar opener to easily open the lid and pour your sauce in first. I like to use the Rao's because it doesn't have extra sugar in it. If you pour that in first, the acidity of your sauce will help pull that fond up, which gives you even more flavor. I like to add the water that I need right to my jar so I can clean out every last bit of this delicious sauce. Do you do that? See how clean it is? So you can dump all of that in. Perfectly clean jar, ready for recycling. And then I am using gluten-free pasta today. You can use any kind of pasta you like. I am using this gluten-free pasta. Because of it, I did add just a little bit extra water. And I'm going to add the pasta first so that I can make sure everything is well coated so we don't have clumps of pasta. That's especially a risk when you're using gluten-free. So if you just stir it up with the sauce, it'll be totally fine. I did weigh the pasta. You need 8 ounces. And the reason why you want to weigh it, especially when you're cooking pasta in your multi-cooker, is because too much pasta, you're going to have a really dry sauce. Too little pasta, and it'll be more like soup. So definitely weigh it, and you'll make sure that you have just the right ratio. Go ahead and add your chicken right to the top. And of course, if you want to use a different type of pasta, you can do that. It's a very flexible recipe. What I want you to get out of today's demo is that you can make really easy recipes like this in your multi-cooker that do not include a lot of ingredients, and it doesn't need any babysitting, which is wonderful. All that's left now is to add our lid. Hit the cancel button to deactivate the sear feature. We're going to use the custom setting. Press the button in and reduce it to just 5 minutes. How easy, right? Press and hold. And once it comes to pressure, it'll take just 5 minutes to finish cooking. Once it's done cooking, we're going to release the pressure manually. So that means I'm going to hit the X and then hit this little, it looks like a cloud. It releases the pressure. Super important to do this when you're cooking pasta because you don't want to overdo it and then you'll have mush. Okay, so you will do a manual release and then we're going to let it sit for a few minutes just to help thicken it up a little bit. If your family wants to eat dairy-free, when it's done, you're finished. You don't have to add the Parmesan to make it chicken Parmesan. It's just great as a pasta dish. That's a family-pleasing recipe. All ready. Be careful removing the lid because it's super hot. Okay, so I'm going to show you what this looks like. Just lift it it up a little bit. Look at that. My son is dairy free, and here's my solution for him so that I can still add Parmesan for the rest of it. I'm gonna scoop out his portion into the insulated bowl, and we'll add the Parmesan to the rest. Okay, these insulated bowls stay hot for a couple of hours. This is the 1 quart, this is the 2.5 quart, and then this is the 4 quart. So you can see there's multiple sizes here based on how much you need. Temper these like you would a thermos. So I had hot water in them. I let it sit while it was cooking. So this now is gonna stay hot for a couple of hours. So what I'll do with this one here, and if you don't need to transport it, or you don't need to, you know, you're gonna eat right away, you probably don't need to put it into here, but we're not ready to eat for a bit. So I'm just going to dump it in here, and it will be perfect for serving when we're done. We need about a half a cup of Parmesan, whew, it's hot, for the full batch. And of course I have, I pulled some out, so I don't need all of it to be, to have the Parmesan cheese. Okay, this will thicken up as it sits. So just give it a little mix. And then I do have a little bit of mozzarella cheese I pulled out of the freezer. It's just the end of the bag. It's the right amount for this. I'm just gonna garnish the top, and it's gonna get all melty by the time we're ready to eat. Okay, there we go. Now when you're ready to serve, you just pick up your lid and hook it right on the side. So this is perfect for any kind of family gathering, but I love how incredibly easy this recipe is.